Eevee 最高記念して
Yo, it's your boy Luap coming back at it again with another video. In this video, I will recap and review Pokemon Journeys episode 120, Chloe and Eevee, The Possibilities Are Endless, as well as give my predictions for episode 121, The Climax Begins, Ash's Master Tournament. If you guys enjoy episode reviews as well as recaps each and every week, then I highly suggest you hit the like button and subscribe as it truly helps support the channel. We are now just over 500 subscribers away from hitting 5 digits, so if you haven't already, please feel free to help out the cause. But with that being said, let's begin by recapping the events of episode 120. The episode begins with Chloe talking with Pinnery, and she tells her about all her adventures with Eevee from doing contests to going to Alola. Later that night, Chloe gazes at the tokens given to her by the Eeveelution trainers and contemplates on her and Eevee's future. At the dinner table, Chloe questions why Pokemon evolve. This sparks an idea for Cerise and his family to go camping so they can interact more with Pokemon, bond, and maybe learn something from them. The next morning, Cerise and Chloe go ahead to the forest and meet up with lots of wild Pokemon. At one point, Eevee chases after a Poliwag and she ends up falling into a lake. Good thing a man nets her out of the lake and somehow Cerise recognizes the man. He turns out to be an old friend from his childhood days. The Poliwag from earlier is also shown to be evolving into Poliwhirl. Back at the cabin, Cerise reminisces about his childhood in this very forest and how energetic and exciting he was to meet new Pokemon. As a kid, he once saved a Clefairy from a Beedrill and helped treat its broken leg. He bonded with Clefairy until it was ready to walk and go back to his family. When it was time to say goodbye, Cerise gave Clefairy a hug and they used Petal Dance via metronome and disappeared into the horizon. When twilight comes, Cerise and Chloe are preparing dinner, just in time for Talia, Parker, and Yamper to arrive from Parker's soccer game. As they are feasting under the moonlight, they hear a sweet chant from nearby, and it's actually a group of Clefairy doing their moon dance around a pile of moonstones. Suddenly, a horde of Golbat appear out of nowhere and tries to attack the Clefairy. Their leader Clefable tries to defend them, and Eevee goes on to help it and uses Copycat on Psychic. This drives the Golbat away, and the Clefairy continue with their moon dance and eventually all evolve together. The group of Clefable fly into the moon, and the leader Clefable starts using Metronome, and the Cerise family also starts wiggling their fingers. Coincidentally, it also uses Petal Blizzard and again disappears into who knows where. So, Chloe concludes that the leader Clefable might be the same Clefairy that Cerise had bonded with when he was a kid. The episode ends with a conversation between Chloe and Cerise by the campfire, and Chloe realizes that the possibilities for her and Eevee are endless, and that she wants to learn more about Pokemon evolutions not just for Eevee, but also for herself. Another very interestingly placed episode in the middle of the World Coronation series. Like, people complain about the actual episode in the Virtuous Conference, but this stretch of 3 episodes is a lot worse if you ask me. The episode itself wasn't terrible at all, in fact I thoroughly enjoyed some parts. However, the placement of this episode is very bad, and the title of the episode is very misleading. Like, this episode had way more to do with Cerise than it had anything to do with Chloe. We get to do a little bit of character development with Chloe, as she does say that she wants to further study evolutions not just for Eevee anymore, but she has an actual thing to work towards now. Maybe in the future she's going to be a Pokemon professor who specializes in evolution, kinda like Professor Rowan. They didn't even close Eevee's arc in my opinion, but I am more than positive that Eevee won't evolve anymore and that's fine. I'm still fully expecting it to G-Max at some point and just close the door on the evolution. Professor Cerise as a kid was adorable and the flashbacks made me feel a little bit emotional for some reason. All in all, I'll be giving this episode a 5 out of 10. While its placement hindered it a lot, I don't think that this episode was boring. It had bright spots splattered all throughout, but I did find some parts to be poorly paced, and I also disliked the fact that it was kinda implied to be a Chloe and Eevee episode, but it didn't feel like one at all. With that being said, let's take a look at the preview trailer for episode 121 and make some predictions. Yeah, episode 121 is going to be another recap episode like 119. I'm not even sure if I'm going to do an episode review on it, but if you want me to cover it regardless, then let me know in the comments. If I get enough comments, then I guess I'll just definitely cover it. It's just basically going to go over the semi-finalist trainers and perhaps give us some new content via flashbacks or something. We did get this leaked picture of Cynthia as a kid, so maybe we can see other flashbacks of other trainers. I can't believe we got 2 recaps and a mediocre episode in the middle of the World Coronation series, but honestly, nothing really surprises me anymore from Pokemon Journeys. So yeah, that was my review for Pokemon Journeys episode 120 as well as my predictions for episode 121. If you guys enjoyed it, I highly urge you to hit the like button and subscribe. I make episode reviews every week just a few hours after the episode airs, so if you enjoy these reviews right after the episode, you know where to come. Today's comment of the day is, now that we know that Eevee probably won't evolve, if it were to evolve, which evolution would you want? As for me, I would have wanted it to have a Jolteon, but I feel like it would conflict with Yamper. However, I feel like it's one of the few evolutions to not have gotten a major spotlight on in the anime. Again, if you made it this far into the video, I truly appreciate you, and as always, it's been your boy Luap, and I'm out. Peace.